Hello.
Good morning. This is all so beautiful, and I want to ask the folks that are in line to just keep going through the line while I talk. We're going to do multiple things at once so that we have time to do everything that we have planned for this morning. Keep coming through the line. This is what today is about. I want to thank everybody for being here and for creating so much beauty in this space. Today is the first day of Hannukah. So happy Hannukah to all who celebrate. This is a congregation that is not a Jewish congregation, but we have Jewish members and members of our community who are very connected with their Jewish ancestry. And so every year we honor the celebration of Hannukah, not pretending to hold a service for Hannukah. We're not here to imitate or emulate, but to celebrate in solidarity. And the story of Hannukah is about finding energy and strength when you are spent, when you have no energy left. And we are doing that today with our cookie communion. A lot of us feel spent. We have traveled a weary road, and today is a day to find rest and warmth, welcome, a little bit of ridiculousness, and a lot of joy. So please keep coming through the line, and throughout the service, if you find yourself eyeing a cookie and needing to come up and get it, you come up. You'll be recorded on YouTube in perpetuity, but the cookie, I'm sure, is worth it. And while we go through the line, I want to ask us to listen to the music that is offered. So welcome everyone today.
One day I'll hear the laugh of children in a world where war has been banned. Open your hearts for those who need you in the name of love and devotion. Yes, I believe in the people of all nations to join and to care for love. I believe in a world where light will guide us, and giving our love will make heaven on earth. I believe in a people of all nations to join and to care for love. I believe in a world where light will guide us, and giving our love will
Good morning. My name is Annie Collins, and I serve as president of the Board of Trustees of the Unitarian Universalist Church here in Spartanburg. Welcome to this sacred place. I'm glad you all are here. At UUCS, we strive to be a beloved community of warmth, love, and support across all of our differences. This is a welcoming congregation where everyone is welcome, just as they each are. If you are visiting with us this morning, we would love to meet you. Visitor cards may be found in the back of the chair in front of you, and please feel free to fill one out and place it in the offering plate so that we can then better connect with you. There's always a lot going on. I say this every week I'm up here, and that only increases with this time of year. So read about the stuff to keep up with and find that in the Connect in the lobby. You can look through your one-page weekly calendar in your order of service, or you can memorize your weekly happenings. All right, folks, we have a giving tree in the back of the sanctuary. Thank you to everyone who took a tag and brought your gift back. If you've not brought your gift back yet, we do need you to bring your gift back today or tomorrow at the latest so that they can be delivered to the community agencies distributing them. If you need to coordinate, please contact Scott, Anne, or Alice. Also at the back, we are collecting coats and jackets, new and gently used. Please place them on the coat rack at the entrance before January 1st. And if you accidentally place your own coat on that rack, please take it back with you. Otherwise, it will end up at a new home. All right, after the service, we've had some wonderful people who have already done a lot of prep work downstairs, but join us after service in Wild Hall to pack food boxes, which will help feed the children at Carver Middle School throughout their winter break. Winter celebrations are here. December 21st, we celebrate winter solstice at 6:30 p.m. in the sanctuary. That same day, we also welcome unhoused children and their families through the Away Home program. Sign up to help for our 2 weeks of hosting these families over solstice, Christmas, and New Year. We need a lot of help with this. So there are volunteer spaces to be filled. You can bring a meal. You can visit and hang out with the families. You can even spend the night. There are so many ways to make this wonderful ministry happen. And so go to the Sign Up Genius in the happenings to select and click on what you can do, or talk to Ann, Scott, or Colin Bauer. Thank you. All right, also December 24th, we will revel in our 6:30 p.m. Christmas Eve candlelight service. All services are for everyone, all ages, all beliefs, and then again on Christmas Day, we have our Christmas brunch. So come and enjoy the beauty of this season, and let's spend it together. Thank you all for making this a place of love, of warmth, and of welcome for all.
Good morning again. My name's Ruth Stanton, and I am happy to be serving as your worship associate. Welcome to everybody here in the sanctuary, and welcome to those joining us online. I thoroughly enjoyed the holidays. I don't know if you can tell, but especially here because Teddy Bear Sunday last Sunday was just really special. And now we have our cookie communion, and there's still cookies left, which is good. And then with solstice next week and Christmas Eve. And it's just so much to look forward to. Our chalice lighting today is from Let There Be Peace on Earth. It was written in 1955 by Harlene Wood and Sly Miller for the International Children's Choir. It has been adopted and adapted by many singers and musicians, including Mahalia Jackson and Vince Gill. And Susan Prestopino has helped us with that. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. Please turn to hymn 213 in the gray hymnal and join together in singing, "There's a Wideness in Your Mercy."
There's a wideness in your mercy, like the wideness of the sea. There's a kindness in your justice, which is more than liberty. But we make your love too narrow by false limits of our own, and we magnify your strictness with a zeal you cannot own. For the love of God is broader than the measures of our minds, and the heart of the eternal is most wonderful kind.
Our congregation has the tradition of the Rippling Bowl, and in a moment we'll have an opportunity to come forward and place a stone or a shell in the Rippling Bowl to represent our milestones and joys, sorrows and concerns. The ripples and energy we create with the stones and the shells reflect the connections that we have with one another. When we share our concerns with each other, they are lessened and joys shared are multiplied. I'm going to place a stone and a shell in the bowl for those participating virtually, and also to hold a space for the joys and concerns of our community as a whole. And you may now come forward. Our congregation doesn't have a creed that we have to believe in order to belong. But we don't come together in a vacuum either. We created a covenant to express how we aspire to join together to make our world a better place. The words to the covenant can be found in the order of worship or under the live stream if you're virtual. We repeat them every week, not because we have perfectly achieved these goals, but to encourage ourselves to continue to move forward. Please join me in saying these words together. With courage, we say, we are a people of faith and hope. Together we covenant to strive to become our better selves, to honor both the critical mind and the generous heart, and to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to respond to systems of violence and oppression with the power of a love beyond belief. We are so glad to be able to be together on Sunday mornings. And this is the part of our service when we get to share our gladness with each other during our greeting time. As you greet each other, please remember to take cues from each other as to the type of greeting to honor each other's personal space. Some folks like to shake hands or hug, and some are more reserved and might give you a bow or a wave, and it's also fine to stay in your seats if you prefer. And after a few minutes, we'll have music from Max to remind us to return to our seats. If you're joining us online, please use this time maybe to text or reach out to a friend, and let the greeting begin. Well, I see some more of the cookies found homes, so that's great. The mission of our church is supported by the treasure, time, and talents of the members and friends of our congregation. We offer a lot of ways to share your financial contributions, including passing our offering plate. And even if you've already contributed your treasure in another way, we invite you to add your blessing as the plate is passed. Now, each month, our congregation has a Share the Plate for a different cause or organization that is doing work that reflects our values. It might be local or national or even international. For our Share the Plate program, we give half of any loose cash in the offering to that cause in all designated funds. And this December, we're supporting World Central Kitchen. We've supported their work in Ukraine, and this time we're supporting their work in Gaza. And a little bit more about their work. World Central Kitchen has just opened a new large capacity field kitchen in northern Gaza. It is their second kitchen in the north and the newest addition to the growing network of now 6 relief kitchens across Gaza. This new kitchen this blew my mind. This kitchen has a capacity of making 150,000 meals daily. Together with dozens of community kitchens, restaurant partners, and partner bakeries, this network is now cooking more than 650,000 hot meals every day and baking nearly 500,000 of loaves of bread to support families facing extreme hardship. And this also blew my mind. Since first responding to the crisis in October 23, World Central Kitchen teams have served more than 150 million meals and over 47 million loaves of bread in Gaza. The need is great. The offering will now be gratefully received.
During the Peter, Paul, and Mary 25th anniversary concert, Paul Stuckey said that this song answers some of those painful questions. It says, light one candle, a candle on menorah, the Jewish holiday of Hannukah. Light a candle for decency. Light a candle for hope. Light a universal candle for peace.
Light one candle for the Maccabee children, but thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. But light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. And light one candle for those who are suffering a pain
in our tears. Don't let the light go out.
Don't let the light go out.
Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. What is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep it alive in that flame? What's the commitment to those who have died when we cry they have not died in vain? We have come this far, always believing that justice will somehow prevail. This is the burden, this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out.
Don't let the
It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears.
Let it shine, let it shine.
Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out.
I think another round of applause is in order. And also a round of applause for Charlotte Jensen, who grew up in this congregation, was a child and a youth in this congregation, and is reconnecting with the congregation, who provided more than 300 cookies for us this morning. And many, many congregants who also brought cookies in complete disorder and utter lack of sequence and total joy. It has worked so well. Thank you all very, very much. And to Ann Garner and Virginia McLean, who rolled their eyes at my plan at our staff meeting this week and quickly took charge to make this actually functional this morning. Let's give all these people a huge round of applause. I'm good at some things, but logistics is definitely not one, and I'm very grateful for teamwork. Thank you, everybody. And I'm grateful for you. This morning, there was a mass shooting in Australia, evening there, at the onset of the Hannukah celebration. A group of Jewish families had gathered on a beach to celebrate, and they were met with violence. One of the exports from this country that we are not proud of. I value so much a congregation that can stand in solidarity with our members and our friends, our family members who are Jewish and of Jewish ancestry, and with Jewish people around the world, and who in that same movement can say that more than 60,000 people have died in Gaza, and that children are starving, and that we can be a part of bringing some measure of relief. I value so much the way we can hold contradictions together. It's living in paradox, where truths that seem to be so in opposition they should cancel each other out, instead bind together to say, we must be the light. Share silence with me. And while we're on sharing praise and applause, why don't we give our kids and parents a round of applause for being able to bring so much joy and energy into the sanctuary and still to hold the silence so beautifully every single Sunday. How about a round of applause for these folks? And even you who have had now a spike in your blood sugar level and have still been able to hold still, praise to you. Food and drink, weary traveler. Have you ever been lost or on the road or just in between places in your life and been welcomed to stop for a moment, to just sit for a moment and eat something and drink something, not from your own hand, from the hand of another, in order to gain back a little strength so you could keep traveling? Think about a time in your life, an actual journey on wheels or by foot, by wing, or a journey of life when you needed rest and someone offered it to you. And just send gratitude for a moment for that person who welcomed you. A long time ago, I was a student living in France, and I took a train ride to northern Spain. I barely spoke French, and I'm not sure I'd ever ridden on a train before. And I really messed up my route. I wound up paying about double what I was supposed to pay because I had to buy new tickets to get where I was supposed to go. And I didn't reach my destination. Within the span of that first day of travel, I wound up in a town totally off my itinerary, utterly lost, a broke student in an unknown town, a borderland where both languages and neither worked well, and I had facility in none. And so I thought, well, I'll just figure this out, and I started walking through the streets of this town as the sun set. People looked at me askance, as they should. I was utterly out of place. And I was a lone male figure traveling the streets. It's good to be wary of guys like me. It is. You should be wary. And I turned a corner, and there were these 3 students, my same age. And I asked for directions, and they gave me directions. I don't remember where I was trying to go, a hostel or something. And I started to walk away, and they called back to me and came towards me. They said, "Are you lost?" This is my constant state of being. "Have you eaten anything? You should come and eat." So they took me back to their student apartment. Barely enough room for 1 person, certainly not 3, and now I was a 4th. And they fed me. We ate, and we talked the best we could. And I felt so much relief to just have something on my stomach. Blood sugar rising in a positive direction. And at the end of the meal, they said, "Where are you staying tonight?" And I said, "I have no idea. I don't know." And they said, "You'll stay here. You just stay here." This is the kind of story that I want to say, don't try this at home. Right? Like, who is this guy? What is his purpose? What is his character? There are lots of really good questions to ask about the stranger. But I can tell you what that night did for me. I can remember it so vividly. I can taste the sandwiches that they made for me while I was still asleep and wrapped up in plastic wrap and gave to me to take on the rest of my journey into Spain. I can remember what they tasted like when I was riding the bus in Spain to get to my destination. Think about people who have welcomed you with wise judgment or foolishness, and what their little offering of food and shelter and accompaniment meant to you in an actual journey or in a metaphorical journey of your life, whenever it was. Think about what that means. And now ask, did it change you? Have you ever offered that to someone else? With good judgment, I hope. With wisdom and savvy, not foolishness. Maybe just a little foolishness. Have you offered that gift also? The ethic that guides us is very simple, but hard to live. The simplicity of the teaching is to help us with the challenge of the living. We treat other people the way we want to be treated. If we would want to be welcomed off a dark street in an unknown town, hungry and with nowhere to stay, would we find a way, wise fools that we are, to offer that as well? This month we are celebrating winter holidays, as many of them as we can think of. All that we represent in this body and out in the world. And thinking especially how so many of these stories are about people wandering the face of the earth. People in exile, people in flight, people seeking work, shelter, home, people seeking refuge, sanctuary. Story after story of our winter celebrations are about what it is like to be vulnerable in the cold, in the night, and what it means to be brought into shelter, offered food, given accompaniment. Last week, hundreds of bears and other beings, including ourselves, exited the sanctuary to go out into that night to offer companionship so that we don't travel these roads alone. So many that I don't know how many there were. They exceed count. This week, I had a whole day planned to be left alone. I had a lot that I hadn't gotten done that I needed to catch up on. So this is going to be a day to concentrate and get caught up. You know how that went. I sat down to begin answering messages that really needed to be answered. And the first one said, "We need help with this right now." And that was true. And I immediately called on a team that's better at logistics than I am. And people immediately jumped into action. And we supported folks that we love out in this community with whom we are partnered right away. And they said, "We're having a celebration at noon today. You should come." And I didn't respond to that because there was no way I was going to interrupt the day that I had finally set aside to go and do that. And then one of our own members sent me a message and said, "There's going to be a celebration today at noon. You should come." Thank you. And I thought, now this has become unavoidable. I should go. And so I went. I went to a gathering of folks from the community that we do a lot of work with and that we try to support in many ways. And they said, "It's going to be a potluck, but don't worry about bringing anything." I thought, well, certainly I'm going to bring something. But then I got phone call after phone call after phone call, also not planned, right before it was time to go, and I never made it to the store to get anything. So I did. I just went. And I walked in, and you will not believe the food. Rice and chicken from Puerto Rico. Baby empanadas from Argentina and Chile. Guacamole. A salsa that actually wasn't a salsa. It was a tomato and olive sauce from Cyprus. But the person there is an ally of this group, and it paired so well with the food from Puerto Rico. Tamales from Mexico that no one could stop talking about, and an entire flan that was devoured by more people, fewer people than should eat an entire flan. We're all still paying for it. Cookies from every country you can imagine. So much food. The smell was so nourishing just to inhale. So rich. And we sat and talked about what it's like to remember traditions from our families and to share food with people who don't have those traditions, to enjoy all of this, the richness and the beauty, the savoriness, the memory, the family shared with new family and with friends. So joyful, so abundant, so rich. And in the midst of all of that, to talk about how to support people being chased out of their homes. How to show up for people when someone is knocking on their door without a warrant. All that beauty and food, all that richness, it was the joy of these holidays. And in that room, many holidays were named. There were 3 different days identified as the days that you give gifts. And I thought, putting all this together would really make us all winners. 3 days for gifts instead of 1. All of that beauty is more than just beauty. It's nourishment for the bodies and souls, the minds of people who are weary. Weary of pain, weary of effort, weary of fear. People who stand for others who are too afraid to come out of their homes right now. And people who themselves wonder, will their own legal status be put in jeopardy by some change of rules or laws? Weary. And think of the power of that gathering. Not only as joy and not only as solace and nourishment, but as witness. When we hear a term like remigration or self-deportation, we are hearing a term that has been taken out of white nationalist ideology. A propagandistic word that is meant to erase the lives of non-white people from this country. That is the blunt truth. So again, as we have said all fall, we can discuss policy at great length and depth, and we should. But when a person's life is targeted for bullying, we must stand up and say, stop. And so to gather to eat food, to drink good things, to speak multiple languages, to talk about family traditions, to sing songs in multiple languages from the most extroverted, hyper, energetic, and loving librarian I have ever met in my entire life. The most joyful soul with a guitar, even beyond Fred and Ron today. All of that is to say, stop. We are here to rest together. And when we are together, life is so much richer, so much more joy. The story of Hannukah is a story of a people whose history is of wandering, of being exiled, of dealing with empire after empire at the crossroads where their nation lies, of being oppressed and persecuted. And Hannukah specifically is a celebration of the reconsecration of a sacred space after what was most sacred was desecrated by an oppressive military power, by an empire with no regard for the lives of those people who wanted to shove them away and shut them out. And what Hannukah celebrates is finding the energy and the resources to return what is most sacred. In the story, it's the temple. Finding the energy and the resources for that reconsecration when we are so depleted, it looks like we can find none. And that is our work too. We can talk about Israel and Gaza, but before we attend to the speck in someone else's eye, let us attend to the beam in ours. And if what is most sacred to us is the mutual thriving of all beings, the ability of people to just live in this world, and our work out of weariness is to draw all of our resources together and return what has been desecrated. Every beautiful human life of every language and color and country and worldview, and praise it again as most sacred. Amen.
Please rise as you are willing or able for our closing hymn, Let There Be Peace on Earth. This hymn is in neither of your hymnals. The lyrics are in the order of service in front of you. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, children all are we. Let us live with each other in perfect harmony. Let things begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, children all are we. Let us live with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you, Rachel. To extinguish our chalice. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
This is so beautiful. For from every tradition and culture. Last year when we did cookie communion, we ran out of cookies by about the first 3 minutes of the service. So this year we doubled the number of cookies that we asked for, and then people brought a bunch more cookies. So you can't leave here until all of these go. Please take a superabundance of joy and blood sugar spike with you today. For yourself, fear not gluttony. We don't believe in that. For your family and friends to share. For your freezer, for a dark and lonely night in the cold of winter when you want to remember this. Please do not be shy. Take the cookies, or we are going to bring them to you. So grateful for you. You wise fools. Welcome the stranger, as you also were welcomed.